Hey bells, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a what's on my iPhone 11 Pro. So if you're interested in seeing what I have on this, make sure you keep watching.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
I've had this phone for, I want to say, a couple of years now. I got it when it was like first released, I think. Prior to that, I had the iPhone 6. I was holding on to her for dear life. I'm somebody, if it ain't broke, I don't fix it. I'm not somebody who keeps up with the latest models. I just don't care. Like, I'm like, well, why am I spending more money on this? So if it still works, I'm good. I'm happy that I got this, and I think it's just a nice, a nicer look. It's nice and sleek. I love the color that I chose. Y'all know from my previous videos, I always mention how gold is my favorite color. So of course, I got it in gold. I'm more of like a deep antique gold sort of girl, but I like this. And then I got my case from a company, I think it's called like BLVK or something like that. I don't know. I'll put it in the description below. But I love this case. It was a little bit expensive. I think I paid like $100 for this case. Wait a minute now. Something tells me you're like, what? Wait a minute, okay? I spend my money on things that I really love, that are quality, that I know are gonna last me a long time. Like I said, I don't plan on getting rid of this phone anytime soon, and I don't change out my cases. So this is all we rocking with for years, okay? So to me, it's worth the cost, and it's worth the cost to get something that I love, something that's unique. I do think that there have been other brands that have come out with a case like this, because before, this was the only brand that I saw had like a croc print. So those brands, I have a feeling they're a little bit more affordable. So if anybody was interested, I'm just letting y'all know, you don't have to go this route. I also got their laptop case. I have my laptop here to show you, in the same little croc print. I just thought this was so beautiful, y'all. I had to. So onto my iPhone. Let me put on screen record so you guys can follow along with me. So I don't know if I want to keep this first, but the first thing that I have is my Things app. I kind of want to move that to the bottom, but whatever. This app is so life-changing for me. It's the simplest app in the world, but it just helps you to organize your life. You can connect it to your calendar, which makes things so much easier. So like for today, I have that I need to film this video. I also need to fold my laundry. It's the first thing that I see. So right when I wake up in the morning, I know what I have to get done for that day. And then I have my calendar. My calendar is pretty much redundant, but I have this more so to know what the day is, because I don't ever remember the day or the date. Like, it always slips my mind. And then another app that I love is called I Am, and it's an affirmations app. And this app you can actually customize with the paid version. I have the free version because I try to tell y'all, I'm not cheap, but I'm frugal. I'm like, it's okay. I'll use your little affirmations. Their affirmations are pretty good. Like right now it says, I am free from my past. The next one, I am worthy of love and appreciation. I am constantly growing into a better person. And this isn't a daily affirmation. This is like every time I open my phone and I look at it, I see a new one. The next thing that I have is Spotify. I tried Apple Music, and I don't know, Spotify gives me like an underground, unknown artist vibe that I like. The first thing that I have on here is my playlist, Good Morning. This is usually what it's on because every morning, the one thing that helps me to get out of bed and start my daily routine is to have my morning playlist playing. I always make sure that I have that on there so that the first thing that I do when I pick up my phone is not go on social media, look at your to-dos, B, read your affirmation, and play your music and start making your bed. That's where we start in the morning. And then the next thing that I love that I could put on here is my weather widget, because I am somebody who is horrible when it comes to checking the weather. I will leave my house like completely oblivious that it's going to be a fucking blizzard out. So this is so essential for me. So if I swipe left, this is where all my folders are, and this is pretty much it, y'all. Like, other than that is this screen, the app library. I have my little palm trees in the background. I love palm trees. It gives me good vibes. My first folder is my work folder. This, I called it work because this is the folder that usually houses all my work stuff. I normally use this stuff on my laptop. I just have this here more so for convenience. My notes, why am I not going in order? So I said things. Obviously my Gmail account to check my email, my calendar, my notes, which is an app that I use a lot. This is like, you know how a lot of women will keep like planners and notebooks in their bags? All I need is my phone. Yeah, these apps I don't really use. I don't feel like going through it. The next folder is my money folder. Y'all could probably see what's in there, but I'm like, I don't need y'all to be all up in my banking information. But it's just like, you know, Venmo, Cash App, Mint, to keep track of like my spending, my budgeting, PayPal, and then my bank accounts are in there. So the next folder is my social media folder, and I just used a heart icon because it made me think of like, you know, double tap on Instagram. So that's where I have all my social media stuff. Trello, that is what I use to manage my YouTube content, and then Preview is what I use to manage my Instagram, and then of course my Instagram app, IGTV, which I don't use, YouTube and YouTube Studio. I don't really use these apps. It's again more like for convenience. If I need them, they're there. Facebook and Messenger, I don't use Facebook at all. I'm actually thinking about deleting my account. Twitter, I'm also thinking about deleting because I don't use Twitter. I just don't want my shit like just chilling out there in the open, you know? Pinterest, which I love. Who doesn't love Pinterest, okay? And then Clubhouse. I haven't used Clubhouse yet, but I feel like it's an app that I'll thoroughly enjoy because I like to talk and have conversations and listen. Google Photos, the only reason I have that in here is to sync it to my Google Drive, just in case like anything happens to my phone, if it gets damaged or stolen, which has happened in the past when I went to Miami and one of you heifers out in Miami stole my phone. Ooh. The next folder that I have is my games folder. This folder, I have the game Heads Up, which I love. I think it's so fun to play that with friends, family, whatnot. The other folders, the other apps, I do a lot of like brain games and word games. The other apps that I have that are the ones that I use the most, well, Homescapes for sure, y'all. But when I tell y'all I am addicted to Homescapes, oh, I'm addicted to this game. Let me show y'all, okay? Let me show you guys what level I'm on. I have to let you guys see it so that you know that the addiction is real. Oh, I'm also on a team, okay? Let me help out my teammate. Y'all, we're not playing. I'm on a level 1009. That means I have played 1009 games, y'all. Oh my God, okay. Are we still screen recording? Okay, we are. All right, the next thing that I have on here that I love is Design Home. This app, I have issues with it. I do love it, but I just feel like it's hard for me to make money, like fake money on this app so that I could buy the things that I need to decorate my home. So this is pretty much just a home decorating thing. So you enter a challenge, you decorate a room, like you put, you know, bed, your little bench or whatever, some like you could just decorate it however you want. I love it. It's so relaxing, but I don't have enough money for this app, y'all. Like I only have $2,500, 1,600 little diamonds, and look, this freaking flower was $8.50. This little, oh, okay, it's not that expensive, but it adds up, okay? I'm like, I don't have enough money for this. So I don't play this as much because I need more money and I haven't mastered how to make more money on this game yet. The next thing that I have is my audio folder. So this is where I have my podcast, Spotify, Audible, which I don't really use. I like reading, like I like touching books. I like things that are tangible. Veloco, I have no idea what that is. And my clock. What is Veloco? Do we have time for this? Unlock. Oh, this is when I was trying to become a singer. I think this is the one that like you could sing. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I gotta look into that. I'm like, was trying to sing one day. I think that's what that's about. My next folder, which I have a little airplane icon for, is my traveling. So I have Hotel Tonight, which is a dope app. If you want to rent a hotel last minute, you get extremely discounted rates. I have my Waze app for GPS. Mapster is an app that I use to keep track of like all my favorite places, my favorite restaurants. Because there's a place in LA, I forget what the name of the restaurant is, but their French toast, ooh, I think it starts with an F, but every time I go to LA, I have to go there. It's mandatory. Then I have Hopper. I've never actually used Hopper before, but I believe it's supposed to help you on like flight deals and things like that. I have Fly Delta because Delta is like the only airline company that I use. I do want to try JetBlue. I've heard great things about JetBlue, but I'm a Delta girl. Delta has been good to me. So that's how we flying. Turo, I don't know. I use that to rent cars when I need to. Uber, I don't like using Uber, but there are situations where it's helpful. I just feel like the shit's overpriced. Translate, so prior to all of this ish happening in our world, I told myself that I wanted to travel outside of the country a lot more and not like stay on a resort, but I actually wanted to like go into like the local areas and just be amongst the people. So I downloaded this app so that when I do go to different countries, it'll help me to, you know, learn the language and translations and all that. Then I have Airbnb, which is self-explanatory, I think. And then I live in Boston, so I have all the parking apps for Boston. And I have Maps, which I don't use, but she's there. This is my editing folder. My editing folder is, so this editing folder, I've had this since my iPhone 6. Like all these apps I just transferred over from my iPhone 6, and when I tell y'all I don't use most of these, the only ones that I use are my Canon to connect, like to upload pictures onto, Facetune I'll use to like whiten things, the backgrounds to things. Canva I use Canva more so on my laptop. Photor, I think that's how you, Photor I use a lot to edit my pictures. And then InShot I use I just started using InShot because I want to start doing more like fun reels and stories and things like that. But the rest of these, how many did I mention? Like 4? I don't use any of these, y'all. So I'm gonna go through them and just see what they actually are and delete the ones that I don't want. My next folder is my sell folder. And this is just all the apps where I can sell shit on, because I know, again, from my IG family, I share with you guys that when I purchase things, I purchase them with the intentions of reselling them. In my mind, I'm like, can I resell this? Yes? Buy. And if I can't, I have to really, really want it for myself, or it has to be affordable. Those are the options. And then I have OfferUp, I think that's Craigslist, Garage Sale, Nextdoor, Macari, 5 Miles. The only thing that I really use off of this is Poshmark and OfferUp. The next one is my health folder, and in this folder I have home workouts, my interval timer app. This is an app that I use all the time that I love. If you're somebody who works out, if you work out from home, you know, you're doing your own thing, this is such a great app. So you can put in your own workouts, you can customize them, customize the time, titles, the intervals. So for this, like, this is my morning workout, which is 47 minutes long. I start with the 5-minute warm up. I do burpees, high intensity burpees. I do 10 sets of those, and it'll show you like the green is for when I rest, and then the red is like I should be doing my burpees. And what I love about it is a bell will go off. I just really love it because when I was working out and I had to like control the time myself and, you know, control like how long my breaks were, yo, I was so reckless about it. I would just be like, I'm gonna give myself 10 more seconds. But with this, there's like a sense of urgency, because when that bell rings, I'm like, okay, I'm missing my break. I'm missing, you know, the times that I should be doing my sets. So I don't know, it makes me work out harder when I use this. But that was long-winded. I just like that app. The next app is the health app. I don't really use that. I do track my menstrual cycle on that when I can remember, but other than that, I don't really use that app. The next app that I have that I mentioned, my I Am app for the affirmations. This app, Yumly, one of my friends put me onto this, and I love it a lot. You walk into it and it's like, oh, it's just a whole bunch of freaking recipes. And what I love about it, it has everything, y'all. Like, I put in Haitian food. Oh, it made me so happy. Oh, what are you doing? Look at that. You want to learn how to make some good old Haitian food, y'all? It's right here, okay? Stop asking us Haitian people to make you food. Make it your damn self. Just kidding. But you can put in anything that you want. I love that. This is a great app, especially if you want to explore new cooking options. If you enjoy cooking, you will love this app. It's a great app. So shout out to my girl Sheila for putting me onto this. The next folder that I have is my shop folder. In this folder, I have my Starbucks app because, yeah, if you didn't know, I'm addicted to Starbucks. The next app is my registry. So I know a lot of ladies from the videos that I've seen on YouTube, they talk about like their wish list for the year and things like that. This is where I actually keep my wish list. I'm curious to know where other people house their wish lists. You know, like, do you write it down or is it in an app? Like, where is it? But I use my registry and I love it. And it has all the things that I want to buy. I don't even know if I could say it's a wish list. It's just things that I want. So if I see something that I want, I just put it in here. I started off with like saying, you know, only 50 things in here, Burley, and I'm at 244. So we need to clean her out. But that's where my wish list is. And then I have my Amazon app, and then Gloss Spa, which is where I get my mani and my pedi. My next folder is just the Apple folder, and this houses all the shit that Apple puts on your phone. And at the bottom, I have Google Chrome. I have the phone, you know, for me to make phone calls. I have WhatsApp. And I have my text messages. And that's it. That's what's on my iPhone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are any apps that you use that you swear by, because I'm always on the lookout for some new apps that I could try. Make sure before you leave, you subscribe, you like, you comment, you know, let's have some conversations all up in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.